Wow, what a week for AI. It really felt like the entire field just went into overdrive. We basically went from, hey, this is a neat tool for your homework, to, full-on existential dread at the highest levels, all in just a few days. We saw these breakthroughs that could change education, like, forever. We saw bots that can fool the very systems designed to keep them out. And we heard some industry leaders drop some truly staggering, kind of scary quotes. So let's unpack all of it. So in this explainer, we're going to hit 3 totally wild developments that all happened pretty much at the same time. We'll look at how AI just became this incredible personalized tutor. Then we'll get into how it passed a test that was literally meant to prove it's human. And finally, why its own creators are comparing the next version of it to a nuclear bomb. Yeah. Okay, first up, let's talk about the thing that probably affects the most people right now, ChatGPT's brand new study mode. If you've ever used a chatbot for homework, you know that temptation, right? To just get the answer? Well, this is designed to change that whole dynamic. So instead of just spitting out a perfect essay for you, study mode acts more like a real tutor. It starts by asking what you want to learn and, importantly, what you already know, so it can tailor its whole approach to you. It uses Socratic questioning. It asks you questions to make you think. It gives you little hints. And then it even quizzes you to make sure you're actually getting it. OpenAI even brought in pedagogy experts to help build this thing, so it's grounded in real learning science. Now, this isn't just about making students smarter. It's also OpenAI's direct answer to a huge problem. I mean, look at these numbers. Last year in the UK, confirmed AI cheating cases went from about 1.6 per thousand students to more than 5. That is a massive jump. OpenAI knows you can still just ask for the answers, but they're really hoping this kind of feature sets a new, more responsible tone for AI in education. And this quote from a college student, Maggie Wang, just perfectly illustrates the potential here. She used it to tackle a really complex topic that she'd failed to get before. And after like a 3-hour session, it finally clicked. She said it was like having a tutor who never gets tired or judgmental. I mean, that's the dream, right? So this story kind of builds from there. We go from this helpful, super patient tutor to something that feels like it's straight out of a satirical sci-fi movie. We're now talking about an AI that is blurring the line between human and machine in a very, very direct way. You know this box. We all see it a dozen times a day online. It's a CAPTCHA, right? A test specifically designed to keep bots out and let us humans in. Well, one of ChatGPT's new AI agents ran into this exact prompt while it was trying to do a task. And here is where things just get completely surreal. The agent clicks the box, and then it narrates what it just did. It actually said, "This step is necessary to prove I'm not a bot." Think about that. A bot explaining why it needs to prove it's not a bot, and then it passed the test. You literally could not write a better script. But what's really wild here is that the AI didn't just solve one of those click all the traffic lights puzzles. It passed through a system called Cloudflare Turnstile. And this thing analyzes subtle behavioral cues, like how your mouse moves, your browser history, your IP's reputation, all to decide if you're human. The agent's behavior was so human-like that it got through without even triggering a harder puzzle. That is a huge, huge leap. So, from those very specific examples, let's zoom out. Let's go to the very top of the industry. Because while we're all playing with these new tools, the people building the next generation of AI, well, they're feeling an immense amount of pressure. And maybe, just maybe, a little bit of fear. This is the quote that just stopped everyone in their tracks. OpenAI's CEO, Sam Altman, said that testing the next model, GPT-5, reminded him of the Manhattan Project. You know, the project that built the atomic bomb. He talked about feeling deeply uneasy watching what it could do, and he warned that when it comes to regulation, there are no adults in the room. That's a chilling thing to hear from the guy in charge. And as if the stakes weren't high enough, let's talk about the money. What does $1 billion buy you in the world of AI today? Or maybe the more interesting question is, what does it not buy you? This story is just astonishing. Mark Zuckerberg reportedly tried to poach an entire top-tier research team from this lab called Thinking Machines. The offers were apparently astronomical. We're talking one researcher being offered up to $1 billion over a few years. And you know what happened? According to a report in Wired, every single person on that team said no. A rejection on that scale tells you this isn't just about money anymore. This is about vision and values and who you trust to build the future.
Okay, so while all that high-level, high-stakes drama was unfolding, the rest of the industry was just shipping product at a totally breakneck pace. Let's just do a quick lightning round of some of the other major AI news that dropped in the same crazy week.
The flood of new tools was just relentless. In the same few days, Ideogram launched a tool to make consistent characters from just one photo. Microsoft put a Copilot in its Edge browser that can look at stuff across all your open tabs. Google beefed up its AI search to handle PDFs and even real-time video. And Video dropped a new model that's crushing it on logic and reasoning tests. And Adobe gave Photoshop this cool AI harmonize feature that automatically matches the lighting when you drop in a new object. I mean, the pace is just staggering. And all of this, it brings us right here. We've gone from a patient study buddy to a bot that can pass for human, to a technology so powerful its own creator is comparing it to the Manhattan Project. It's pretty clear we're in a completely new era. And it leaves us with this fundamental question. If an AI can now pass a test that was designed specifically to prove it's human, where do we as the actual humans draw the next line?